AFC matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. But despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Again, Jackson will keep it. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. These two teams met in Baltimore, you might remember, earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Drake. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now it's Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Well, they picked up the 1st down, but I'm just going to say I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot. And it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
Well, it wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that boat.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 23. Jackson now. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
And Jackson throwing once more. This is caught. Touchdown. Josh Oliver, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you don't like that call on the opening drive of the game.
It's a very strong limb that you're out on right now. Okay, look, the game between college and the NFL continues to creep closer, but that is truly a college play, not an NFL play. Because you'd snap the ball from the 3-yard line there, whether it's going for 1 or going for 2. So it makes sense to try it that way to maybe fake it. In this case, from the 15, makes 0 sense.
And now your lead's just 6-0 instead of 7-0. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. The Browns hit 9-4 now on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. From the gun, here's Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. Up the middle, it's Chubb to the 27-yard line. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 6-0 our score after 1.
With the score, Ravens 6, Browns 0.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
2nd down and goal. Watson. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Pharaoh Brown, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Browns have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They go play action now. Jackson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Flush to his right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Chubb will get the call, running left. And some room to work. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is up to 8. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it. And then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it. But I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up.
They go play action with Jackson. Flushed out right.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Odafe Owe in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long.
And the pressure gets to him again. Justin Houston, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back to the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Jackson on 1st down. That is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Jackson's going to keep it.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. On 2nd and goal. Jackson eluding the pressure right.
They'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And they're going to get him. They bring it down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. 4th down. Here's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this Browns defense stands tall. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And with an 8-point lead, probably not too much of an impetus to try and do too much here.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Back to throw, Watson. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham.
And he will finally be shoved out of bounds down at the 30-yard line.
A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Watson's throw taken in by Cooper here.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Again, it's Watson. Again, it's Cooper as he makes the catch. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through.
And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaughan. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, 42 yards, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Looking to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Here's Jackson to throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back They needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Play action. It's Jackson. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted.
And the Browns are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their 38. They begin this drive with Chubb, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36.
Stopped in his tracks and given a loss on that play by Patrick Queen.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
It's caught. Beckham. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. On 4th down, Watson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. That'll be caught. Wallace hauls it in. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Tylan Wallace,
his 1st touchdown on the year.
And the Ravens take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
And he's going to get in for the 2 points, and that'll make this a 10-point game. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
58 yards on the ground for him so far. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
And again, it's Chubb. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you...
And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, CD, really, the play call was pretty good. I mean, the jet sweep worked up until the crucial part where he lost the football.
Yeah, and you would expect him to hold on to the ball. You're handing it to a wide receiver who touches it all the time.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Greedy Williams picks it off.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
David Ajabo, credit him there. He fired across the line and planted him for a loss on the play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Watson now to throw. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete.
And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Browns are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point. But being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb.
69 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building and bullying. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Watson hooking up with Cooper there for the Cleveland first.
Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Touchdown, Browns.
Kareem Hunt
from 19 yards away.
And the Browns are closing in on win number